Okay, this video is this tent I bought about a year ago, a Vango airbeam. It has been a pain in the butt. Don't get me wrong, the tent itself is fine. It's just the tubes. I've contacted Vango, and I think I was like a week out of warranty, and they didn't want nothing to do with it. They just basically said get new tubes. Now the problem I got is the tubes. Anybody that's got one of these will know they got like a bladder inside them, and mine were going down. I was waking up and the tent was like on my face. When I took it apart, it's not a puncture as such. It's the weld. You see, I've been messing around with this one, so it's a bit burnt up. I've tried putting puncture repair kit on it. You can't really see it, but it's on the actual weld. I don't know if they weld this with heat or I don't know, high frequency sound or something like that. But they make this plastic weld and it fails on it. Now this isn't the first one I've had. I've actually got another one out here, which I've repaired, and I'm going to show you how I repaired it now. I've pumped it up, and I pumped it up last night. Believe it or not, that one failed in exactly the same place. Now, I've never overinflated these things. I always keep within the guideline. I think it's 7 psi or something. Well, I always seem to pump it up at around 5. So, but way below what they recommend. But it's enough to keep the tent up. I figure there's no point pushing my luck. And that one failed as well. Well, I repaired that one, and I'll show you how I did it. It's a crazy fix. Don't mess about, especially if you're in the field. Don't mess about trying to put puncture repair kits on it and this and that. It just doesn't work. They leak and it'll go down and it'll totally ruin your trip or your holiday. So to save yourself a load of time, a load of hassle, this is what I did. Now you're gonna laugh because it's like the simplest thing ever, but it works. As I say, I pumped the other tube up last night. About 9 o'clock at night, and 10 o'clock in the morning it was still rock hard, so no pun intended. It was still rock hard, it wasn't leaking, and even if it was leaking you couldn't really tell it had gone down at all, so it would easily see you through the rest of your trip, even if you had to pump it up every now and again, every second day or whatever. But as far as I could tell, it wasn't leaking. And I was sat last night watching the telly, trying to think of ways to repair this thing, and I'll come up with the simplest answer. Believe it or not, I was thinking about balloons and ways to seal the end of this, and I thought, you know what, why not just tie a knot in the end of it? And that's pretty much exactly what I did. Literally tied a knot in it just before this weld, as tight as I could get the knot. You know, you pulled the knot down so it was really, really tight. And I put it back in the tube. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit shorter, and you don't really want that because they support the roof, and you'll end up with a saggy roof, and you don't want that. So, what I was going to use, and I'm going to use it, is I just got myself a pot. Now, this is a little bit short, so I don't know. If you could find yourself a slightly longer one, all the better. And just basically put that in the end, and put the whole thing inside your cover, and that makes up for the what you've lost by tying a knot in it. Zip it up and do it and pump it up, and you'll be fine. I don't know, maybe a pot noodle pot or a rice pot or something, probably be a bit better. There's no weight as such on these things, so you haven't got to worry about it collapsing. It's just to take up the space that hello, trooper. It's just to take up the space. He thinks I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself, honestly. Yeah, good boy. Right, go on, up there. Up. Attaboy. Sit down. Good boy. Right, now watch. Right, so, like I was saying. Yeah, I'm going to tie a knot in it. If I can get this tablet to stay up. Oh, I might just use that. That'll do. Yep. Simple as that. Just tie a knot in it a little bit before where we're going to go. bit tight. That's you, trooper, that done that. Stop moving. Alright. There we go. Right. So, simple knot. Just with the weld's there, look. And we'll see how that goes. Put the pot on the end. Like so. God, this video is going to be crap. But hey ho. It's harder to do it with one person. Right. Let's get a pump. I'll pump it up to about maybe 6.5 psi. Oh, let me swap hands. Right, so that was about 6 psi. And there you go. One rock solid tube. Sorry about the washing machine. And that will be good to go and save you for camping. A real easy fix. Like I said, I could probably do with a bit of a bigger pot on the end of mine. But it does the job. That'll load your tent up, no problem. Alright, thanks for watching. Sorry about the crappy video. It quality wise, I mean. I'm dropping the camera and all. But I hope it helps. Okay, thanks. Bye.